Tonight, we pay tribute to Dame Olivia Newton-John. Not only one of our greatest entertainers, she was a fearless cancer advocate, a proud mum, and as remarkable off-screen as she was on. Daughter of a British spy, raised in the suburbs of Melbourne, Olivia Newton-John took an unusual route to Nashville stardom. But her pure voice won over fickle country music fans, landing her a string of hits through the early to mid-70s. Her next reinvention, though, turned her into a global superstar.
Tell me about it, Stir.
Sandy Olsen's journey from girl next door to sex symbol mirrored her own. And her chemistry with co-star John Travolta was equally authentic.
Yes, I think we had crushes on each other, but we both were seeing other people, but I think that's what made the chemistry work.
Grease wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon, with an appeal that spanned generations, spawned countless imitators. Meanwhile, Newton-John kept evolving.
The raunchy kind of image that Sandy too had, it gave me an opportunity to change my direction a little bit and do something a little more, fun.
No kidding.
Let's get into physical.
Banned by some US states, Physical landed Newton-John another #1, and its raunchy clip kick-started one of the 80s most questionable fashion trends, leg warmers. Even the surreal tap dance musical Xanadu found a cult following and helped her find first husband Matt Lattanzi. After the birth of daughter Chloe in 1986, Newton-John slowed down a bit. And in 1992, a cancer diagnosis changed the trajectory of her life.
I feel that I turn to music when I'm in times of strife. Hopefully, through my experience with it, maybe it'll help someone else or they can just enjoy the music.
She became a fierce advocate for cancer patients and a champion of alternative therapies, lending her name to a research and wellness centre and a charitable foundation.
It was through Olivia's time, effort and dedication that this centre was established, and she really has touched the lives of many patients and also our staff over many years.
In 2019, she was honoured with a damehood.
Is there a single achievement that means the most to you?
Well, in my whole life, it would be having my daughter. I think having a children is the most important thing.
As news of her death broke, fans turned her Hollywood star into a shrine.
She's famous in Brazil, everybody knows her.
When your idols die, it's just like even a piece of your family too, because you grew up with them.
I'm devastated.
And today, fans all over the world, including Hugh Jackman, Kylie and John Travolta, paid tribute, remembering an angelic voice, a first crush and an inspiration in so many, many ways. While a heartbroken Molly Meldrum remembered one of those rare people who had a profound impact on the world, adding that tonight the stars will shine a little brighter.
Listen, I've lived several lifetimes, I think, and this is another one, and I'm just thrilled to be here.
That was a beautiful tribute.
It was so sad waking up to that news this morning. She was the sort of person that gave so much of herself to everyone all the time. She was just so lovely and such a beacon of hope for so many people in our country and around the world. And you go through her Olivia Newton-John Wellness Centre, and it is like a giant hug. What she has built there for people going through cancer is incredible, and you can tell it's been built by someone who's been on that journey, who knows the fear, knows what you need in those moments. And there'd be so many people that will, the world is a lot dimmer without her in it tonight.
And I feel like that spirit that you're talking about, yes, it's informed by her journey, but also just who she was. Like we've had the honour of interviewing her. That there are certain people, they walk in a room and the room just feels lighter or warmer or something like that. And I gather that's the magic that made her career what it was, but it doesn't work without the person or the soul behind it.
And also, there's this lovely sweetness, and she was all about love and light, but under that, obviously, was a determination and a courage that, was displayed, more so with her fight against cancer than maybe her acting career. Although early on, she was a real scrapper. She wasn't handed a career. She really worked at that career. Worked really hard.
Stood by who she believed she was in the pursuit of it. She was sought out for the Sandy role and almost didn't get it because she didn't want it. She
because
didn't
who
know
was
she
she?
was.
Innocent Sandy or hot Sandy?
Yeah.
As it turned out, she was both.
Yeah, and spectacularly so.
Take my hand, you should know me. She was just one of those ladies that always made you feel special.
She wasn't just a talker, she actually did walk the talk. She actually did things to make a difference.
She was incredible. She was just as lovely on the inside as she was on the outside.
Today, Australia and the world mourns the loss of a bright star. Olivia's star turn as sweet Sandy Olsen, alongside John Travolta in Grease in 1978, catapulted her to global fame. The film laying the foundation for a lifelong friendship.
We hit it off and we became good friends, and I was very comfortable, and he did look after me.
My dearest Olivia, you made all of our lives so much better. Yours from the first moment I saw you and forever. You're Danny, you're John.
Olivia was a 4-time Grammy Award winner, selling more than 100 million records worldwide in a career that spanned more than 5 decades. But it was the pop icon's personal life that was to define her. Newton-John was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 1992, a battle she refused to hide.
I think I was really lucky. I think that it was caught early.
Over the course of 20 years, the cancer would return. In 2017, she revealed it had spread to her spine.
A lot of people see it as a fight, and that's how, wherever you choose to see it, that's your prerogative. I see it as part of my mission.
In 2008, she launched the Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Research Centre in Melbourne.
This is her legacy. This is her gift to people who have been diagnosed with cancer.
In 2020, she started the Olivia Newton-John Foundation, which supports research into plant-based treatments for cancer. A fierce campaigner for medicinal cannabis.
It needs to be available for everybody. People in pain and suffering, it's the easiest, simplest thing, and you don't die from it, basically.
Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life.
Dame Olivia Newton-John, a cultural icon and fearless advocate.
I'd like to think that I made a difference in helping people heal from cancer.
A light dimmed too soon.
Life is never the same. We're moving and changing all the time. You just got to go with the flow. If you can, don't resist, because it'll take you down with you. This too will pass.
Love you. I honestly love you. I honestly love you.
Well, Barry Pearl co-starred beside Olivia in Grease in the role of Doody, one of the T-Birds, and Barry joins us now to reflect. Barry, how are you remembering Olivia tonight?
With a heavy heart. She was a force, but a gentle force. Her heart was huge. She was kind of a gentle giant. She was very much into animals. Our cat was dying of squamous cell carcinoma. She had cancer in her jaw. And I had reached out to Olivia. She called me and she said, okay, this is what you do. And she gave me all kinds of remedies to try to help her live longer. Everything was so giving on her part. I mean, she gave her all when she gave a show. We would come to see her shows and she would have us come up on stage and sing Summer Nights with her. Those were grand times.
And obviously you've stayed in touch with her. The bonds between the people on Grease seems to have been so strong. What was it like making Grease all those years ago?
She never walked around lauding her celebrity over anybody. She was just one of the gang and very humble. She insisted on a screen test and they accommodated her. And John Travolta guided her through because he felt she was the one that he wanted. And pardon the pun.
No, excellent. Well played.
Thank you. And she proved herself to herself as well as the others. And she felt confident that she could do it. And once she did, then she went full force. And she handled it like the pro that she was.
What is your favourite memory of Olivia?
We had the great opportunity of seeing each other back in 2019. It was the last time I saw her. She and John Travolta and Kelly Ward, who played Putsy in the movie, and Michael Tucci, who played Sonny, were invited down to Florida to do 3 events where we introduced the Grease sing-along to these huge amphitheater full of people, and the audience just went crazy, absolutely nuts. And then we got to spend the evening together, the whole night together. We traveled from one city in Florida by bus to another, and we basically had a pajama party on this tour bus. And we just got along like a family, like families do. And she was a gift, truly a gift, and hopefully one that will keep on giving by virtue of what we have recorded, both her music and the films, and especially Grease. So I would say go out and celebrate her, sing her songs, sing mellow, think those good thoughts. I think she'd want that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your good thoughts, Barry. It's been great to speak to you tonight.
You're welcome, and thank you for allowing me to speak my heart to you folks.
So many tributes coming in from people who knew her the world over. Mariah Carey has just tweeted this afternoon that she first fell in love with Olivia when she was a little girl, then became obsessed with her in Grease. And she said she used to dress up as Bad Sandy for Halloween in 5th grade and thought she was everything. And then when Mariah came down to Australia, Olivia Newton-John got up on stage with her, and together they sang Hopelessly Devoted to You together. And she just said it was like the night of her life. And she spent lots of time with her on and off stage, and that she is just the most genuine, lovely person. So, I think everyone's got that same story of her just being the most genuine person, in whatever circumstance you meet her in.
Yeah. And Hopelessly Devoted for You wasn't even supposed to be in the film. That was recorded after,
really?
which is her standout moment outside of maybe Bad Sandy at the end.
Really?
But that was filmed after and written after the film was made, because Olivia Newton-John had it in her contract that there needed to be a song for her. Right. So they had to come up with that whole scene, post it. The producer, the director, Randall Kleiser, didn't like it that much. Really? And it was the only song, the only Oscar nomination for Grease was her song, Hopelessly Devoted for You.
Stunning.
You can't even imagine the movie without that in it.
No.
When I got up this morning and I was seeing the clips on morning TV with Evie, who's 7, she was like, "What's that? And who's that?" Yeah. And I was dancing around the kitchen to Grease, and she'd not seen it before. And I thought, that's a whole new generation that gets to now live what we've lived, and that enjoyment and that love of a film like that was so much a part of our childhood. She still gets to have. And it was a lovely thought that it's still waiting for her.
Yeah, exactly.